Because to be honest with you, I never liked my name. My name is Jim Clark. And Jim Clark in English is about as boring as you can get. My given name was not Jim Clark. My given name I liked even less. My given name was James Harold Clark. And then Harold's like having old hair, right? And so I never liked that. And so I always told myself, when I have kids, I'm going to do a better job. You know, and I can't get too mad at my dad. My dad's name is John Clark. And so John Clark is even more boring than Jim Clark. But his name's not just John Clark. My dad's name is John Peter. Three of the most boring names possible. And so I have an older brother. Guess what my older brother's name is? John Peter Clark Jr. So, I come from a long line of really bad names. And so, I have two kids. So, I said to myself, I told my wife, we're going to do better, honey. We got to do better than James Clark. And I happen to know exactly where my son was conceived. And so I thought, wouldn't it be nice if we could put the name of the location. No, it's not the men's room, okay? If we could put the name of the location into his name. And so I thought, well, if it's a son, I'll name him Carlton. And if it's a girl, I'll name her Rita. And my wife looked at me and said, I don't care if it's the Ritz-Carlton, we are not naming your son or daughter these things. And so she said no. I had all these ideas. And we're on the way to the hospital. My wife is in labor. It's a couple of days early. And as we're driving to the hospital, I realized, oh my God, my son might be born on my dad's birthday. I got this great idea. I'm going to call him John Peter Clark III. So I failed miserably with my son. JPC3, that's actually his email address, you're right. I hope you're not on his Facebook. Okay.
I saw it yesterday.
So then I've got, my wife is pregnant with a daughter, and I think, I gotta do it right. I gotta do it right this time, because I got tied up in this John Peter Clark thing. And so, I'm sitting, and I got inspiration. I'm a little embarrassed. I'm sitting in a toilet, and I think to myself, I can call her Kimberly. Kimberly Clark. What an absolutely great sounding name, right? It sounds good. You gotta admit, Kimberly Clark has a nice ring to it. My wife would have nothing to do with that. So instead we named my daughter Karina, because I wanted a three-syllable name that started with a K. Karina means my blessed little one. And she's here today, so Karina, I would like to say, you're welcome for not giving you Kimberly. We will never let that one down. And finally, one of the great things about living in Asia is that, like me, I got to choose my Chinese name. A lot of people here get to choose their English name. And so I would like to introduce you to my top 6 best names ever. Okay, best 5. Number 1, first person I met in Taiwan was a guy named Eagle. Eagle has a pretty good name. Number 2, in Taichung, I once met a man named Pharmacy. Pharmacy, yes. And I asked the pharmacy, why do you name yourself Pharmacy? He goes, well, I'm a pharmacist. Now everybody knows where to go. Number 3, and this is true, I met a guy whose name was Free Pizza. I asked him, why did you name yourself Free Pizza? You know what he said? Everybody likes free pizza. Number 4, this is just 2 weeks ago in Hong Kong. I was running a workshop, and one of the participants' name was Hamster. I swear to God, Hamster. I saw this name on the name list, Hamster, and I think to myself, I've got to find out who Hamster is. Now, I'm imagining, this kind of, kind of freaky looking woman. And finally, I meet Hamster, and she's beautiful. And I said, Hamster, why did you name yourself Hamster? And she goes, well, I just want to lower people's expectations. So when they meet me, they think I'm more beautiful than they imagine. She might actually be a genius. And then finally, I have to close on my favorite name that I've ever met here. It was when I first came to Taiwan. She was a high school student who was going to go to study in Canada. And her name was Hyman. Hyman. Yeah, and so I thought to myself, I told Hyman, I said, hey Hyman, why did you choose that name? Oh, Hyman is the god of marriage and love in Roman mythology. And so, that's why I chose Hyman. I said, well, Hyman has other meanings in the West. And I can't really let you go to Canada with the name Hyman. And so she asked me, can you choose another name that has the same meaning? And so I thought, and finally I said, I've got it. We will call you Cherry.